Hello and welcome to another episode on the Reloaded server, where we are starting things off once again in our base, where we haven't really made that much progress. We have put in a playing field circle, or the oval anyway, so this is going to define exactly where the oval and people can actually play on the stadium. But we actually haven't made that much progress other than that. We haven't made any progress towards doing our storefront for this mud thing, which was, what we call it, the Skyscraper thing, which we still haven't got any resources for that, so that's on the agenda for today. And we also want to do a couple more things, but for the first thing we need to do is head over to the shopping district, because we are going to outline one of our next plans in there. Now, I've been searching every which way across this great shopping district of ours, and I've found something very interesting. There isn't a single shop that I can see anyway that sells glass. Now there's a couple ones that sell packed mud, including our own mud shop. There's about 3 that sell logs, which is very interesting indeed. There's a few up this way which sell concrete or the materials to make concrete. There's a scaffolding block shop, which I think is actually the only scaffolding shop in the shopping district. Very interesting quirk there. We've got a potion shop, we've got a number of food shops, but not a single one, again, that I can see sells glass. Now we do have a spreadsheet that indicates which shops are there, but not every single shop I think is actually outlined on that. So one of the things that I'd like to do is actually get in on the glass business and see, well, okay, maybe not see through the glass, but see the glass shop and glass industry rise. So we will need to buy yet a second plot for that somewhere, and then, well, probably need to start actually getting the glass, which is going to be interesting considering what the plans are for the rest of today's episode. But let's head over into these mountains, because we've got something that we've wanted to do for quite a while. Now, there's something I've wanted to do in Java for a very long time, or just in any Minecraft for a very long time, and that's trying and get one of these goat horns. Now, I think I need to line myself up against a wall like this. Hopefully he charges me. He's not charging me. Interesting. So what if I came around to this side? What if I hit him? No, that's not going to work. But there is a chance that we could get some, because there's a goat up there, I think. There's a goat up here with 1 horn. There's a goat up there with no horn, so that one's already been taken. So I think I'm pretty sure the way to do it is just to make sure it charges me and then jump out of the way. So hopefully I can get one while I'm doing this. I'm just gonna try and let this go for a bit, and hopefully I'll have one in a little while. Now, I've just realised I've been doing this a silly way. I've just been hoping that the goat would charge me, but I think I've come across these things which are in the mountains, which are not on my design. They're actually built by, I actually didn't know who they're built by, but I think they are goat things to get the horn. So you get the goat into here and let them charge you and then quickly jump out of the way, which I'm not very good at, apparently. So we're going to try and find ourselves a couple of goats. I found myself some wheat. So if we can get a couple of a goat into those things, we should be able to get ourselves our first goat horn. Now, I do know someone is selling goat horns, but at the moment I'm not very rich, so I'm going to try and get my own, at least for the time being, and maybe expand my collection. So there's a goat over there. Let's try and attract it over across to the 2 goat horn removal services. Right, and now we wait. Hopefully he's going to charge me. I might need to come across back to here and attract him this way a little bit. Come on mate, come back here. And then try again. So get rid of the wheat out of my hand, come across to here, and I'm really hoping this happens on camera, because I do want to capture it for you guys. Come on mate, are you going to charge me? Would you like to charge me, please? Or you just want to stay in your icy box forever? Or possibly meet the Super Claw? Come on, man. Okay, that didn't quite go as expected. I'm glad I caught that bit, because looks like that's a jumping goat as well. I didn't expect that to happen, so I guess I don't know all about goats after all. So we might need to attract him back in, and hopefully next time he'll charge me, because I really do want a goat horn. Come on, mate, in you get. Perhaps I should put some blocks on the other side as well, to get myself out. Interesting. We'll see what happens. I think I've been doing this wrong for the last little while because I've been ramming them against snow, and I don't think snow is quite hard enough to allow them to do so. What I'm going to try and do is collect up all these goats that I've got around here. There's a number of 2-horn goats and a number of 1-horn goats. So I'm going to try and get them into a smaller area, into a different area actually, and see if that makes any difference. Especially the 2-horn goats, because they will be a bit better. They can go against pack dice, but I keep not getting them to charge me against pack dice. So a little bit of time is going to have to wait to get these things going. Hopefully, in a little while we'll have them good to go. Well, it took me probably about half an hour to an hour of just trying, and I still couldn't get one. So I think I'm going to abandon that for the time being and get that going. And why are these mobs here? They shouldn't be spawning in the city at all, I believe. That's a bit odd. Maybe they followed me down from the mountains, but yeah, odd. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is head back to the base and continue on with today's episode. Now, as I said at the start of the episode, I want to get myself a glass shop, which is of course going to require a lot of glass, probably a number of shulker boxes of glass. But I also need to do a fair bit of concrete making, especially dark concrete making, the dark grey I think it is, or grey concrete powder. And for that I'm also going to need a lot of gravel. So what I'm going to do is head over to a desert and then a gravel mountains if I can find one, and get myself a lot of shulker boxes, probably 2 to 3 shulker boxes of each. So 2 gravel and 3 sand, 2 gravel. If I can get 3 of each, that would be good. If I can find another of my shulker boxes around here somewhere. Apparently I seem to have lost them. I don't know where they went, because I'm pretty sure I had one around here as well. So I'm not sure where they went, but I'm sure I can find one, and then I will be able to go off and get some sand and gravel. So hopefully you enjoy these time lapses. while I was flying to get the gravel as well, after I've done all the sand, I just came across this base. I'm not quite sure whose it is, but it is the kind of thing I'm hoping to build, at least part of it, in parts of my base. So I was hoping just to do one temple kind of thing, so it'd probably be something like this or like this in my base as well. So I may come back here at some point for some inspiration, but of course I do need to change it up a little, make it my own design and my own thing. So whoever built this, it's actually a really, really good look. So hoping that you might check out my design if and when I build it. Now I need to go, let's see, I need to go west and a bit north that way. Anyhow, I'm now back at the base and I have started work on trying to get this thing set up from my creative world across to this survival world. So I've laid out how I want it to go with the granite currently standing in for the concrete, and the mud obviously being the correct block there. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how tall I want it to be, and I had played around in the creative world and I got to about 5-6 stories and it's still not quite tall enough, I think. So it needs to be probably 6-7 stories, so it could be quite a lot of resources, which hopefully I've got enough of. So what I think I'll do here is start work on the mud and at least lay that bit out and see how that will look from the ground level, and then we'll start work on the rest of this probably later and possibly off screen. So let's get into it. And about an hour or two later, we've got ourselves a reasonably complete looking building. Now I haven't got the quartz slabs, not the quartz slabs, the quartz stairs to go under that because I need to go mining or buy some. But overall, I think the building is looking pretty good. Now it does sort of not really hide what's inside it, so I might need to get some packed ice or similar to disguise at least on the inside, and at least these middle ones to cover it all up. Now with these doors, I reckon that I think a zombie can still get in if they are in the closed position. So what I've done is put them in the open position, place them down like that, and then what makes it look like it's closed, but it's actually open. So that should hopefully prevent zombies being able to get in, at least via that door, and should hopefully protect me as I do my AFK clicking through here. So it is going to be a bit confusing like that, but that should hopefully work. Now I just need to figure out how I'm going to do the rest of this stuff. I am not going to be doing the walls for now, although I do need to do at least this one to try and protect myself. But yes, overall I think this is going pretty well. So now I need to figure out how to do the Super Smelter, and then of course the building around that, which might take a while. Well, as I've been designing this this redstone bit for the super smelters, that's what it is a bit of a problem with the redstone that I found, that if I put things in here, let's just drop this one redstone torch in, it should in theory consistently detect anything, but it's not, as you just saw. But if I put in 2 and just watch the bottom screen to the right of the box there, I put in 2 and it detects, which is really weird. So it seems to be detect if things are consistently going through, but yes. Now if I come over to this side, which is going to be the really weird bit, if I put something into this side, let's just put in 15, a number at the top, let's put in 3, it will consistently detect when there's 1 in, even if we put in just the 1 item. I think we just need to get these things out so it consistently shows everything. There we go. So what I've got at the moment, so I've got nothing in there. If I just put in 1 item, and once again just watch that little bit thing, it consistently detects just 1, 1, 1. So it consistently detects at this level, but not at this level. It's really weird. I have no idea why. So it's a bit interesting. I might need to redesign this thing just slightly to be able to detect it as I go through and make sure it works consistently. So a little bit of interesting redstone there, but I think it should still work, I hope. Currently run into yet another problem. The redstone isn't consistently putting stuff into every single hopper. Now the one at the end I'm expecting would have 2 because just the way it's going to work. So there is 10 in there, but somewhere along here there's this one which doesn't have anything, which is really weird. And then there's one over here, I think it's the 5th one, 6th one. This one doesn't have anything either, which is really weird as well. The redstone, the hoppers, I'm very certain are all correct because they were working earlier, and if we look down there, they all look to be correct. So it's just a bit of a weird thing where it's not consistently working. So I really don't like having to do all this redstone kind of stuff, but it's kind of necessary for what we want to do. Well, I've been working on this thing for 20-30 minutes or so, possibly even more. I had Dave Rooney come along, who I think is still online. Yes, he is. And we still haven't got anywhere closer. Dave Rooney did suggest using minecarts, which is a good idea. I think it may be the solution I have to go with because the redstone just is not consistently working. I've even got ones where the hoppers are still consistently not dropping into these particular furnaces for some reason. So I'm not able to work out why. And honestly, I think I'm just going to have to go with a minecart idea. So I'm probably going to do that off camera because I've just had enough of doing this. But I am definitely going to be working on my glass shop in the next episode, or possibly even again off camera. But it will happen very shortly, so hopefully everyone will be able to enjoy their new glass shop very shortly. And apparently we're now allowed 4 shops per person now, so that is an interesting thing. I probably will need to get on the glass very quickly, otherwise someone else might get in on the business and then there'd be competition, which of course is encouraged, and I would like to see some competition with the glass, but the being first does have advantages, so we shall see what happens there. But I think I'm going to end today's episode after Midnight has stopped sleeping. Definitely not a fan of being at midnight, I guess. But anyway, let us say thank you very much for watching. We're going to see you in the next episode. Till then, bye!